Your smartphone camera shouldn't exist. Not like this. You probably think photography was invented in the 1800s, but the real story began 1,000 years ago, in the Golden Age of Islam. Long before Apple or Kodak, one man in a dark prison cell figured out the secret of light that changed human history forever. His name was Ibn al-Haytham, and he is the reason you can capture memories today. But why was he locked away? And how did a prisoner discover the most important technology of our time? Stay with me, because this story involves a mad caliph, a fake mental illness, and a discovery that proved the greatest minds of ancient Greece completely wrong. This is the forgotten history of the first camera. It is the year 1011 in Cairo, Egypt. Ibn al-Haytham is a brilliant mathematician and engineer. He is so confident in his abilities that he makes a promise to the powerful and erratic Caliph al-Hakim. He claims he can dam the Nile River to stop its seasonal flooding. It was a massive project, the kind of engineering feat the world had never seen. But as he reached the site, reality hit him like a tidal wave. With the technology of his time, it was impossible. The Caliph was not a man you wanted to disappoint. He was known for his fits of rage and executions. To save his own life, Ibn al-Haytham did the only thing he could think of. He faked madness. He acted like a man who had lost his mind, so the Caliph wouldn't kill him. The plan worked, but it came with a heavy price. He was placed under house arrest, locked away in a room for 10 long years with almost no light. This isolation should have broken him, but instead, it opened his eyes to a truth that was hidden in the shadows. Locked in total darkness, Ibn al-Haytham's eyes began to play tricks on him, or so he thought. One day, a tiny pinhole of light pierced through a crack in his wall. He watched as the world outside was projected onto his prison wall. Trees, people walking, and the bright Egyptian sun were all visible. But there was something strange. Everything was upside down. This was the birth of the camera obscura, Latin for dark room. Most people would have ignored it, but he was a scientist. He realized that light travels in straight lines. When light passes through a small hole, the rays from the top of an object travel to the bottom of the projection, and rays from the bottom travel to the top, flipping the image perfectly. He spent years experimenting in that dark room, using candles and screens to map the behavior of light. He proved that light was not something that came from our eyes, but something that entered them from the outside world. This single observation transformed that lonely prison cell into the most important laboratory in history, providing the blueprint for every camera lens ever made. For centuries, the world followed the ancient Greeks like Ptolemy and Euclid without question. They believed the human eye worked like a lantern, shooting beams of light to touch the things we see. It sounded poetic, but Ibn al-Haytham knew it was wrong. If the eye shot light, why couldn't we see in the dark? Why did looking at the sun hurt our eyes? From his tiny cell, he wrote the Book of Optics, 7 massive volumes that dismantled the old world order. He didn't just share theories, he essentially invented the modern scientific method. He insisted that nothing should be believed unless it could be proven by experiments that anyone could repeat. He showed that the eye was like a lens, capturing light reflected off objects. He bridged the gap between physics and math, proving that light followed mathematical laws. He wasn't just a scientist, he was the man who taught humanity how to look at the truth by trusting evidence over ancient tradition. He challenged the status quo and won. If Ibn al-Haytham was so important, why haven't most people heard of him? History has a way of erasing those who don't fit a certain narrative. When his works finally reached Europe, they were translated into Latin. His name was changed to al-Haytham to make it sound more familiar to Western ears. Over the centuries, the credit for his discoveries was slowly shifted to European figures of the Renaissance, like Kepler, Descartes, and Da Vinci. The vibrant culture of the Islamic Golden Age was often sidelined in school textbooks, buried under the weight of the Crusades and the fall of empires. We learn about Galileo and Newton, but we forget the man whose shoulders they stood on. Ibn al-Haytham's identity was stripped away, turning a pioneer into a ghost of history. Yet, without his foundation, the scientific revolution might have never happened. He is the missing bridge between the ancient world and our modern scientific reality. A genius whose name was almost lost to time simply because of where he was born. Today, Ibn al-Haytham's legacy is literally everywhere. Every lens on every camera, every telescope looking at the stars, and even the way your own eyes are reading this screen right now is understood because of his work. He turned a prison cell into a gateway to the universe. He proved that even in our darkest moments, light can find a way in. His life is a testament to the power of human curiosity and the importance of questioning what everyone else accepts as fact. History might have ignored him for centuries, but his light never truly went out. We hope this story reminds you that great ideas can come from the most unexpected places. If you enjoyed this journey into the forgotten past and want to help us bring more of these hidden heroes to light, please hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. We are uncovering the stories of the people who shaped our world, one hidden history at a time. Join our community and help keep the light of knowledge burning. Thank you for watching.